It's good to see you guys. Proud of the effort of the team. We've got ourselves a tough and gritty team to continue to fight through and find a way. And you look back early in the year, we were finding ways to lose. We're now finding ways to win. And there's a belief that we can win, and there's a belief that we're going to win. And I think that's what's showing up. A lot of respect for Coach Brown and his program here. I told him prior to the game, man, you watch their film, and it's such a close-knit team. They play for each other. I knew going in this was going to be a dogfight. I knew, it was going to be a tight one. All of our games versus West Virginia have been that way. And, a lot of respect for him and what they're building and what they're doing. Excited about getting the 6th win. Excited about the opportunity to finish out the season on a positive note. I think these last couple years, the end of November hasn't really been our best football. We very much want to change that this year. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, how big is that getting first win up here and becoming bowl eligible, just from where you were a year ago, even from where you were beginning of the year?
Yeah, winning is good. I mean, winning solves a lot of things, and so there's a whole lot of details and adjustments that need to be made and need to be addressed, and so much we can get better. But the fight of the team, the belief of the team, the guys striving, and all the things that are kind of behind the scenes where you see it, and you just see guys that maybe came in a program with the transfer portal era, and they're coming in, and there's, I don't think it's intentionally selfish type stuff, but it's kind of built that way. It kind of, as you get to it, whatever school number it is, it's kind of, that's how it goes. And then to see them thinking of others and to see them sacrificing themselves for others, that's just way cool. And so a lot of that was on display tonight. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're winning these games, is because guys are fighting for each other.
Certainly that first half with the offense going back and forth. On one hand, you're happy because your offense is kind of exploding. On the other hand, your defense is giving up a lot of yards. So I guess that whole first half, what was going through your mind, and what do you want to change or get better at on that regard?
Yeah, there's a whole lot to get better on defense. I think, as I look at it, we're going to have to look at an inch here, an inch there. And it's been a long time since we've been in this spot with the defense. You'd like to get better by miles and all of it. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case. I think we're going to have to get better by an inch here, an inch there, and we're going to have to fight like hell to get better at that inch. A lot of respect for Coach Brown and his plan. We're an odd front team, and there's such thing as odd front beaters, and we saw those at BYU. We saw those at Iowa State. We had a bye prior to this game, knowing that we're going to see those things, and so we repped them. We saw those things. I wish we would have played them better. We had adjustments that were to counter those things, and we didn't execute those adjustments. Second adjustment, third adjustment, didn't execute. We finally found the fourth adjustment in the third quarter, and that was really the difference in the game. I think we called that call maybe 7-8 times, and that was the one thing that kind of stopped them. And so that's way deep down in the bag, man. You'd like to get some a little bit closer up to the top, and so we've got some improvement to do there.
What about Sawyer's play over the last month tonight? He, I think, completed his first 12 passes. He just so poised out there at times.
Yeah, his confidence is, and it's one of the things in coaching that I love about it, is a boy like Sawyer, his heart is so pure, and he's always thinking of others. And I think sometimes when you're built like that, you're not always thinking of yourself. And the confidence is not always blessed upon you when you're always thinking about what you can do for others, or what others think of me, or do they like me, And so for him to fight that battle and to go through all of that, to where now he walks in a spot knowing that this is his spot, and that I can do this, and I'm the guy to do this, and this is my show. It's pretty cool to see.
What's the vibe in the locker room as compared to earlier in the year or in years past?
I think they're happy. There's confidence though. I guess is the thing to say. I think we've got some guys that are way on the side of like really strong bravado type stuff. A lot of those guys we brought in here because we didn't have much of that here, and so we've got some of that, And then I think there's other guys that are just like way believing in just their improvement, and way believing in guys fighting for each other, and so it's a really strong team in there. When you're at halftime, and it's kind of back and forth, and it's not a great half. On one side of it, there's a bunch of one side picking up the other side, just all positive talk. And so, winning, I think, for sure helps with that.
There's been a lot of chatter this week in Morgantown about how this could potentially, WVU throws a wrench in the Big 12 title race. How does it feel to come into their hometown and spoil that for them tonight?
Yeah, just any win feels good. I think, we've been absent of that for probably too long, and I'm at the center of all that. And so to get a win and to have that on top of a couple other wins, and to get guys to continue to fight hard for more wins, we'll take that.
You become bowl eligible with this win. How does that feel? That's another kind of cherry on top of it. That you could be playing in the postseason now.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I wish we wouldn't have given up that touchdown at the very end. I'd probably celebrate the bowl eligibility a little bit more than that, more than I am right now. I think there's a bunch of things we can do to get better, and we're going to have to get better to get these wins at the end of the season that we're capable of getting.
You talked about adjustments in that third quarter. In the second half, you hold them scoreless for like 29 minutes. Was that adjustments, or was it just more execution?
Well, I think it was both. I think, so the four eyes, the zero nose, there's ways. I mean, they're arcing four eyes, reading them. Their gap schemes, their quarterback runs. A lot of that stuff came from the BYU games. The shifts in motions and the tempo. And West Virginia came in one of the slowest tempo offenses in our league. And they came out just way fast, and that was from Iowa State. That's what Iowa State did to us. And so kind of having an idea that was coming, is one thing. You'd like to execute the plan a little bit better. It was a whole other thing. That's kind of been the story of the year so far. But to be able to keep fighting, and, we've got a guy that he's right here, the ball goes through him, and some other guy catches it. And that's been the story of the year. We're in coverage, and it's a PI, or the guy catches it, or it's a PI and the guy catches it. It's been the story of the year. And so to go through all that and to continue to fight, and then, hey, when we're looking for things and we find something, and to roll with it, and then to build the confidence is still there, that's a win, because in the past, it'd be hard to, once you lost it, to find it. And so to have it still there where you can tap into it's pretty cool.
Can you talk a little bit about kind of what the game plan exactly was offensively going into this? They bring in the new defensive coordinator over the past couple weeks, causing those turnovers that resulted in points against Cincinnati, and a little bit about how you think they executed tonight offensively to make that game plan succeed.
Early in the year for us, we saw nothing but man coverage, and this was when our passing game was failing to kind of take off, and here these last 3 weeks, it's been really nothing but just off zone, the opposite, with the passing game kind of rolling. So going into this one, this last game, West Virginia played some man, pressured, and they did all that. Wasn't really anticipating that in the beginning. Was anticipating off coverage, soft coverage, and that's what we got. And that was the reason for the 12 deals in a row, is that we call them advantage throws. So if there's a run, but if a guy's off or it's a run and there's space, you take that advantage. So a lot of it was that. And then, the scoring the points are up on the board, and it's kind of hey, we got to catch up to it and all of it. And so then it gets to be tight coverage, and it gets to be pressure. And that's when we were able to catch them with some of the runs, because it wasn't a second level, it's up on the safety. And so that whole thing just adjusts as it goes. You're going to have every series is a different world.
Sorry.
No.
after the way last season ended and some of the emotional losses earlier this year, did you personally ever get discouraged? And
All the time. I'm more discouraged, all the time. But you keep pushing through.
And what did you do to come out of it? Like, how do you keep yourself focused?
Curse a lot. Try not to hit something.
Do the players, when we talked to them, said they knew the history of coming into here. How much do coaches take that into consideration, and how much were you thinking about that at all coming into it?
We talk about that some, really kind of the end of the week. The beginning of the week, man, it's just about, hey, these are the things we got to do to be in contention, to try to win this thing, This is, again, a lot of respect for this team. That's a team that plays hard. It's a team that believes. It's a team that does the little things right. A lot of respect for their coaches and just their whole system. And so it had to, we had to make them not believe. And so to break that will, that's hard to do, especially when you're playing at their home field. And so the little things are huge things in that attack. And so we talked about that the majority of the time. Towards the end of the week, I think they heard it from a bunch of other people that we had never won. And so I think it was good to address it at the end. That this can be something that no one's done before.
Sawyer, you're going bowling. How does that feel? And do you guys think how have you turned this thing around the last 4 games?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. First of all glory goes to God. Just to be where we were at, it was actually me and KT after the Iowa State game, sitting at 2-4, going into the bye week. And, here we are. It's kind of crazy. It's a testament to the guys in the locker room, testament to the coaches, putting us as players in a position to succeed. I couldn't be prouder of the guys. It's a really good feeling. I feel like there's a lot of gelling going on. It really happened a long time ago, but I think everybody's starting to see it now. And so, to answer your question, it's a great feeling. I'm so happy for everybody. And,
WVU came in here tonight kind of hoping they'd play spoiler in the Big 12 race. A few wins go their way, a few losses go their way. They're in the Big 12 championship game. How does it feel to play spoiler to those hopes tonight?
It's a good feeling, especially in their place. I'm sure a lot of people thought that they were going to come out of here with the win because of that. They're a really good team. A lot of credit goes to them. They put themselves in a position to be able to have a chance to go play for the conference. So for us to come in here and do what we do, kind of block out all the noise, block out everything, it happens on Monday through Friday with the work, and it's a great feeling.
Sawyer, how good was that offense, particularly in the second quarter when y'all just kind of got everything clicking? The passing game was going, Bryson was going.
Yeah, it was rolling, and it's just the operation of it all. Coach Spav just makes it so easy for me as far as just my checks, my options that I can get to, give it to B-Wash on this play. If they give me this look, then I can spit it out to Josh or Hal or Ashton. We got Trig going a little bit too with those little dump offs, and he did a great job with that stuff. And so, that's all Spav right there, just being who he is and the great offensive mind he is. And so, yeah.
To build on that, their defense, it's been a struggle this year. They got rid of their defensive coordinator a couple weeks ago, come out against Cincinnati. 3 takeaways, goes for 17 points, 2 of them are defensive scores. What did you see tonight that allowed y'all to protect the ball the way you did? No turnovers, and to come out and just handle that defense with their new coordinator, their new look.
Yeah, I thought they played really well last week, and so we knew the situation coming into it with them getting rid of their defensive coordinator. Last week was the first game, and they looked really good. But kind of like what I said earlier, we had our plan coming into it, and we were able to protect the ball and stuff that you just asked, because that we just stuck to our plan and we executed, and we just did what we were coached to do, and it's as simple as that.
Keaton, after the way Colorado game ended and then after Iowa State, was there ever any disbelief in the locker room that you could accomplish?
No, never. Because even in those games, we didn't have that disbelief. I just, like I said before, after we had that first bye week and then obviously the second one now, we've been really working specifically on end of the game type of situations, and so we knew we were going to win this game. We just had to make sure we had to execute and stay level-headed.
Keaton, how frustrating was that there in the second quarter, giving up those 2 late touchdowns? And then what did y'all do to adjust or adapt there in the second half?
Definitely. I think we just got too comfortable, especially myself. I had a bad missed tackle. And, I mean, that's a part of the game, but I knew I was going to fix it. I just need the guys to, keep their heads up. I told them that's on me and it wasn't going to happen again.
It seemed like the momentum really switched when you guys stopped them a couple times on fourth down in the third or fourth quarter. They got to the 9-yard line, and then you guys stopped them, and things stayed your way the rest of the game.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Sawyer, it feels like a decade ago, but that touchdown pass you threw to Monterey was like, it was like pinpoint. Like you've thrown a lot of passes. I mean, do you know when you've thrown a good one that it's like a dime like that?
Sometimes, not all the time, because like I remember thinking back to the one Howe caught against Colorado. Like I just try to give them a chance to make a play. A lot of the times they come down with it, just because like those 50-50 balls aren't really 50-50 balls with them. That one I threw it, and I can gauge it kind of like by the way they're running. Like if he had to like change gears, then I know it's probably not a good throw. He didn't really have to change gears on that one, and so I was like, that might be a good one, and it just fell right into his hands. So it was a great route by Monterey.
I think your passer rating against West Virginia is like 1 million. Last year you did very well against them, 17-19 today. I mean, is there a comfort you have playing this team, or what is it about 2 games you've had against West Virginia?
I don't know. I don't think it's anything like that. I just think, like last year I was in a good spot. Just like I said earlier, trying to do what I was coached to do. Same thing today. Obviously, new coordinator and everything, but I try to approach every game the same, and so it's not like I carry any kind of momentum from one game into the next. Like I know I got to work throughout the week, and then coming into this game, it was the same thing. Like last year was last year. Like I just wanted to come in here and do my job. So
is there any way to a hot start? I think you completed your first 12 passes. So I mean, what about the momentum from that?
It was great. Yeah, no, it was great. I think for a QB, just getting in a rhythm, like getting that, and as an offense, getting the first down. But definitely as a QB, like when I complete the first pass, honestly, first 2 passes, like I know I'm rolling from then on out. And I think you kind of saw like with the second half, we came out and I didn't do that, right? And so that's kind of why we sputtered a little bit there. Obviously, the penalties hurt us a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely like whatever you want to call it, momentum, rhythm, whatever it is, like completing those first few is a big deal. So,
Keaton, how much did y'all talk about the history of Baylor here, and how much did that play in? Obviously, you want to win every time, but how much did that play in?
Big time. There was our first time ever actually winning here in Morgantown, so that in itself is nothing but a blessing. A birthday present, I guess, if you say so, for Coach Aranda. So, the goal was, like I said a couple of weeks ago, after we won and started to catch a little win streak, we need to go 8-4, and so it's been that same mindset. It doesn't matter where we play, who we play, or what the temperature is. We're coming to dominate.
Keaton, you take a lot from this game just in terms of, y'all can be that much better, particularly on the defensive side.
Yeah, no, we definitely have to get it down. Too many points were scored tonight. We had too many MAs, too many missed assignments, but we're gonna fix it for sure. I think every week we've gotten better. We just have to keep fine-tuning things and keep working and keep believing in each other.
How much was that offense just clicking, particularly in the first half and maybe in the second quarter of the way you guys got?
Oh man, it was clicking to a T. Honestly, the looks that we got throughout the week, it matched up to what we saw in the game, and Sawyer was just putting the ball in play, and running backs running hard. And so, whenever you have a run game that opens up your pass game, we're unstoppable, honestly. So I think just the preparation that we put in throughout the week just matched up with the game. So what you saw is what we got.
How crazy was that second quarter, particularly the last 5 minutes? It was 5 touchdowns in the last 4.5 minutes, something like that.
It was, like I said, we were just rolling, honestly. It was a really great feeling, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing everyone execute to a high level, knowing what we can do. It was awesome. It was awesome.
I think you've got 8 touchdowns on the year now. Like when you came into the season, like was that something that you aspired to have, to lead this room in receiving and kind of be the leader of that room?
Yeah, so my coming into the season, my goal was basically 5+ touchdowns. So really just getting past that goal and just aiming for even higher levels, awesome. And you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to keep on trusting the guys on the field, trusting Sawyer, trusting Coach Spab, and just going to keep on playing. Because like I say all the time, as long as we win, I'm happy. So, yeah, it's awesome, though.
You got to be pretty happy right now with 4 straight wins. I mean,
Oh yeah, for
tell me
sure.
the difference of this over the past month in this team.
Like I was saying, kind of in the last interview, I think it's just belief. The belief factor has just been at an all-time high. Guys are truly bought in. We know what we have basically, whether that be offense, defense. Really just making sure that we stay together as a team. And the cohesion is just at an all-time high. So that's what we get whenever that happens, and you just get a 4-game win streak, and we're gonna go out there and make it 5, 6, and just keep on going from there for sure.
Been around the program for a while now. How do you compare this locker room right now during the midst of all this to ones that you've been in the past?
Yeah, no, the locker room's great energy all around, smiles on faces, people are happy. So I think whenever you win and just keep on winning, that just changes the culture, that changes the feeling around in the locker room. So everyone's happy, everyone's excited that we're going bowling. So it's just a great feeling.
After last year, how gratifying is it to, now go to a bowl game?
I mean, it's amazing. Coming into the season, we knew that we had a good team. We just got off to a rocky start, but once we got back on track, I mean, that's the product that's on the field, you know what I'm saying? So being able to go to a bowl game, it's been a little bit, but, you know what I'm saying, we're back, so it's awesome.
Josh, did it resonate with you? I mean, you'd only been up here once before. The first ever one when they were up here. Did that resonate with you? Did y'all talk about that during the week?
Oh, no, for sure. In the pregame speech that I gave at you, I was like, hey, man, they kind of wrote us off. They've been saying that we're not that good, but, you know what I'm saying, let's just go out there and do our thing, and let's just go make history tonight. And so that's what happened. And I was just kind of saying that after the game, too. I was like, I'm trying to tell you, we was going to go make history. So being the first to beat West Virginia here, it's a great feeling.
You talk about the significance of the win for the program there, too. To build on that, how does it feel to come in here when they've got that dark horse shot at the Big 12 title race and spoil that for them on their home field?
Oh, yeah, no, it's a good feeling. I think that's kind of what we're eyeing, too, knowing that we still have a chance to sneak in there and just do our thing. So it's an awesome feeling, and we're just going to keep on going.
They cut their defensive coordinator a couple weeks ago, come out against Cincinnati, 3 takeaways, results in 17 points. Defense looks better. What did you see tonight, especially in that secondary where they've struggled all year and they struggled again tonight? What did you see that you thought opened it up for you guys?
Kind of like I was saying before, throughout the week, we had an idea of what they were going to play against us. The new DC, he does a lot of different things, but like I said, it just matched up really well with what we got throughout the week. And so whenever we got out there, me and the guys were just letting Sawyer know what we saw, and it just matched up really well. So whenever we had the opportunity to go out there and make a play, or there was an opening in the defense, we would just go out there and execute.
Josh, Bryson's had 8 total touchdowns in the last 2 games. How big has he been for this offense?
Man, he's just doing his thing. He's just doing his thing. Really, just he kind of set the tone in the beginning of the game with the high point catch. I mean, he's making catches now over people. I mean, that just opens up. Like I said, when he gets going, or the running backs get going, it just opens up the offense for us and the receivers. So, I'm just super happy and just really proud of him with his journey and just how far he's come. Honestly.
Thank you all.